All right, what is up, everybody? Keith Jameson, go back to 231 across the DFS industry. It is end of the day Sunday. Quick preview for Monday's two gamer. Hope you all did much better than me today. Feel like I had a lot of the pieces just not in the right spots. So anyhow, two games tomorrow. Big thing is Brazil. I'll show you kind of what the leaked lineup that I've seen is. I'm sure really help. That's the second game. And then we have Croatia and Japan, the first game. Before I get into the quick reminder, like, subscribe, comment if you're enjoying these videos. I'm not going to lie. Like, this is the first video I've had where I'm just like sitting here like, this is tough. Like the grind is like getting to me a little bit. But now that I hit record, we're here live. Let's go. So I have shared the screen share up. Actually, let's just start with the second game. I know this is backward from normal, but I think that that Brazil is by far the most important here because they are minus 400 favorites. They are, the presumed favorites of the entire World Cup. And they are versus a Korea team that is going to be outmatched here. So we're going to want Brazil pieces. The only difference in the leaked lineup from this, Alexandro is not supposed to be fit, and this will be Eder Militao. Whether Danilo or Militao goes to the left or the right, I don't think it matters. Neither one of them are attacking at all. Neither one are anybody that we want to prioritize. This is actually a slate where there's really going to only be like two defenders that if you wanted to spend up, you could, and that's the Croatia guys. That's Juranovic and Sosa. So let's just start with Brazil. Neymar is back to fitness. Neymar is like, for Brazil, Neymar is messy, for lack of a better term. Like, he's unfadable. His floor is nuts. And his upside is nuts too. He's the Mbappe of today's slate. So Neymar is plugged in, forward spot, you're ready to go. I think in cash and in optimal, your second forward also comes from Brazil. Rafinha would be the floor play, splitting sets with Neymar has been really good for them out wide. If you want the upside, goal dependent play, but big upside as a result, it's for Charleston. So I think you go Neymar, then Rafinha or Charleston, and then Vinny Jr. DraftKings just will not price up no matter what. It's only 7,600. It's probably 1,500 too short. We saw him shock last slate without Neymar. He actually disappointed a little bit, had a goal rolled off though, and he would have hit. I think in this spot, it's just really hard to fade him at that price. So right away, Brazil in the last game gives us 3 lock plays. The coolest part about Brazil, not really anybody else is necessary. Almost all the DFS production is going to come from there. We saw a random goal from Casemiro. Lucas Paqueta could come up with a random goal. You could get a random header from Silva or Marquinhos, but the reality with what I just said was was the continuation of all that. So, they're not guys that we're going to prioritize. They should be like GPP, one-offs, that type of thing. That's Brazil. Allison, you can play, really good shot at clean sheet. For Korea, I'm not going to prioritize Son here just because of being such a dog. With outside of him, the only guy that, you could say King and Lee has been good for them. The one game he subbed in, but that was just some circumstances. I'm just full fade Korea here. The only guys that you could really convince me otherwise of are Son or Jin-Soo Kim at left back, but I don't think you're gonna have the salary for it. Let's go to Japan versus Croatia. This is another mismatch, in my opinion, possession-wise. Croatia can be very, very ball dominant here. Japan, as we saw, versus Spain. Spain had almost, I think, like, I don't remember I think it was like almost 80% possession and just passed them to death. And Japan still won. So Japan, very, very well organized teams. Same deal with Korea, I should have just mentioned. Very, very well organized. They are going to give up crosses. They will give up DFS production, but they are going to make the scoring chances really difficult. So with that being said, Luka Modric, in my opinion, is a little bit underpriced for his floor. I think it's 7,100. Takes Monopoly set pieces, also takes PKs, which could come into play here. So Luka Modric plus those 3 Brazil guys, kind of to me are like the way everybody that's paying attention is going to build. Now the question becomes for like GPP, do you maybe mix it up? Do you get in a Perisic? Do you get in a Kramaric, who's been absolutely awesome for Croatia as well? I would give away from the Croatia striker that has been kind of a rotating piece, so to speak. So like right now, here we see the prediction of Bruno Pekovic, GPP only. Kovacic, Brozovic, both find like GPP one-offs, but not guys we're going to prioritize. Again, here's the fullbacks that we talked about: Juranovic, Perisic. I think both are fine. Depending if you don't have the money to get up to Allison, Livakovic is fine as well. I'll just say, I think that the chalk goalkeeper is going to be Gonda. Spin down, Japan, only a plus 300 dog here. They won their group. They won the group with Germany and Spain. They beat both of those teams. Japan is very live here. The craziest thing about Japan is they can be very live, and we could still only say like our one player we enjoy playing is the goalkeeper. If you're going to play any outfield players, Kubo and Kamada have both shown ability to be on sets. Ito randomly could take two if those guys aren't in. It doesn't seem likely. Nagatomo subbed at halftime, but he's a very, very cheap punt wingback, so I can see that being viable. Maeda, talented striker. Yeah, I just don't see playing outfield players here, with the exception of some punts. Nobody I'm prioritizing at all. Prioritizing Modric and the Brazil guys, and then seeing who else falls as they may. So, and then, if you really want to go one more, I suck at choosing goalie because I said that Gonda is my favorite. You guys should probably go at like 0% ownership of Gonda, but I think that's going to be where a lot of people fall in their builds to put him in. All right, that'll do it. Thank you guys for watching, all the support. Hope these are helping. Yesterday didn't help me. It doesn't appear, but the great thing about DFS over and over again is you screw up one day, come right back the next, do better, learn from your mistakes. Hope that you get some winners. With that, I'll say, see you.